You guys are so funny with this whole NGL app. I just have to wrap my head around the questions and the things that you guys say. Reminder, I don't know who's saying this. I didn't buy it. We're gonna roll the clip on, if you guys don't know, welcome to my channel, Letitia TV. I definitely am utilizing this channel right now to do whatever and say whatever I want. I'm just going with the flow over here. So today's topic is we're going to be discussing this whole, let me pull it up, this NGL app. I kind of want to show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's this app. I know you've seen it before, NGL right there. Damn, I already have another one. I literally just checked it like 20 seconds ago. Oh, we need a charger. So this is the app where you can pretty much ask any question that you want, or say whatever. So I'm going to be going through the list, and they actually just updated. So whenever you log into a different device, it doesn't give you the history. So what I had to do was, see, look, I just recently put on my iPad and this is all that's showing, right? This is within, I don't know, like a couple hours. I screenshotted because my phone, on my phone, that's where the app originally was. So hold on. So now you can see what they're saying and how long ago it was. So these are all the questions, guys. Yeah, it's a lot. You guys make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell. That way you guys know every time I go live. So just a quick update. If you guys have been following me, I know I revamped my Instagram and one of my TikToks. I'm rebranding. I pretty much rebranded all of them, but I'm specifically rebranding those because I have some new business endeavors. Recently I've had some transitions as far as people in my life transitioning within a few days apart. So I kind of wanted to get out of my head and do this video for now and not get so serious. I'm doing better now. I'm in better spirits, but I did take a break from social media. I just kind of came back today. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. We're here, we're doing it. So let's kind of turn up the lights here. And I guess this lighting's better. So let's kind of get started. I'm just gonna raw dog it. I'm gonna answer all the questions as we see them, and I'm gonna be probably super detailed, or I might be super short. I don't even know if I'm gonna do I might do like a, what do you call it? Timestamps maybe. So you can go fast forward to that portion of whatever you wanna know, especially if it's one of your questions that you asked. Because I don't know who did it. I have to pay for it. I'm not trying to pay for it. I think it's more funner when it's anonymous because I kind of get to see where people's heads are and what they're kind of thinking. That's more interesting to me. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Also, shout out to my boy Ray Ray. Please go follow his channel, Via Energy Healing. This is Lo-Fi Night Drive in the background that I'm playing right now. So go ahead and subscribe to his channel. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna go from the oldest to the newest. I know it's a little late. I've been doing this for like 2 months now because it says 2 months ago. It was like the first question. Okay, so let's get started. So, can you share your location with me? That I live in Cali. I'm back in Northern Cali. So I moved from SoCal a year ago now. Damn, time flies. Where did the year go? What time did you fall asleep last night? Well, this is 2 months ago. And what kind of question is that? Next. let's talk about sleep for a minute though, because depending on the energies that are playing out, like when there's a new moon or a full moon, I'm always up really late. And then also lately I've been like so busy and trying to stay productive and always have an event or always like, you know, online or doing something or being with family or whatever it is, like tending to real life. I feel like I just be crashing. Like I eat once a day because I feel like when I eat now I get tired. Do you guys feel that way? I don't know. Someone said ain't no way. I don't know what that even means. Next, you watched Harry Potter? No. That's so funny because everyone always asks me, especially because I'm a spiritualist, like they say everyone watched Harry Potter. Well, I'm not everybody, and it didn't really tickle my fancy, to be honest with you. Like Harry Potter, I don't know. Maybe one day, just maybe one day I might pop it out and I might tell you guys, hey guys, I watched the whole series of fucking Harry Potter. Your worst habit. My worst habit is probably saying My worst habit, I don't know, I feel like I have a few. I don't feel like they're the worst, but I always tend to like stare at people that are right in front of me. Like I no fucks given. Like I'll just look you up and down and look around. Like yeah, saying it's another like worst habit. Ooh, I bite the inside of my cheeks. Like if you see me like this, like I'm biting the skin in my mouth. My dentist is always like, are you biting your cheeks again, Letitia? Like I can't help it. Spill some tea on your best friends. Next. Like, what? Why would you do that? What's your toxic trait? My toxic trait is always building a list of things that I need to do. And like, once that list is done, I don't celebrate my wins that much. I just keep going and I keep going. Forget to eat. My brain, you guys have to understand and understand. My brain, I always have ideas, creative ideas to do things that I want to do. It's like I map it out. I envision like the colors and the scheme and how it's going to go, the words, how it's going to play out. But then it's like sometimes I have so many pent up ideas, I don't get to do all of them. So I try and put it on post-it notes or a screenshot, or I do reminders. I even get it down to the music and how I want the video to go or what I want to talk about and things of that nature. And it's just like, I have so many notebooks. So it's like, I have these lists and I just keep going and I keep going and I keep going. I don't know if you consider that a toxic trait, but I do. Because it's like, Tisha, make sure you rest, make sure you eat, make sure you drink your water. I do make sure I drink my goddamn water. I got a big ass water bottle that I'm always sipping on. You guys probably see the blue bottle in the video. Anyways, next. Have you cried at school? Most definitely. I used to get made fun of. I don't know if you guys watched previous videos that I've done on this channel, but I have discussed how I used to get made fun of. Back in grade school, all the way up to 7th, 8th grade. Even some tidbits in high school, embarrassing moments. You know, I think we all kind of go through those things. It's just the way of life. So of course I've cried at school. Even in college, I feel like college for me, since I did psychology, nursing. You know, they always say don't get too attached to your patients. And also while learning psychology, I love studying the mind and the brain and how it works. So that ended up being more inner child healing. So it was more so like shadow work. Now that I think about it, like I'm so grateful that I decided to take psychology as an AA degree, because it took up a lot of time for healing for me. Now that I know what it is, I did a lot of inner child healing. And then the funny part is, once I graduated, I actually moved away. I said, here's my paper. You guys can read this to my parents. And I was like 18. I left a paper for them of information, things that happened to me that they didn't know about. And I put it in a paper. And I got what did I get on it? I got an A on that. A minus. And I put on my paper, I'd pack my duffel bags, and I bounced out. I know. I wasn't running from them, but I was just kind of wanting to like start my life. Like I felt like I completed so much inner child healing that I just needed to breathe after that whole psych major. So anyways, fun facts, right? This is why we're doing this. How are you doing mentally? You know, I feel like everything's very clear. Everything's synchronized. Everything's happening the way that it's supposed to happen. Mentally, you know, I was energetically and physically, emotionally drained due to the past events that have occurred. There's still ongoing events, right? We're still gonna feel, we're still gonna have to deal, arrangements and all these things are gonna be talked about. It's gonna bring up old past wounds. When you know the cycle of the as above, so below, or how living on Earth and we're following the rotation of Saturn and we're just trying to go upwards, and then you got to remember everything's flipped upside down and backwards. So it's like, then you can look at it as a standpoint as if it's like you're draining, you're going through a hole, you're releasing, you're becoming lighter. The point is to become lighter since Earth is so heavy and dark, and you're just trying to become lighter and more dense. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand that, it becomes a little bit easier, because we do get attached to people and their personality and physical touch. I'm just taking moment by moment. I can't stop my duties, responsibilities, and obligations. There's the road, the show still has to go on the road. How many stuffed animals do you own? Actually, you know what? I do have one somewhere. I think I hid it. It's one of my cat's toys now. So last year when I moved back, it was spring-ish going into summer. So my parents and I, we all went to the fair. Haven't been to the fair in like over a decade or two, right? So my dad thought it'd be a fun thing to do. So I think on the last day, we actually had free tickets the whole time. We didn't have to pay for parking, we didn't have to pay to get in, we didn't have to pay for shit. So that's why we kept going. We kept going all week. It was like a whole party, it was a movie. I actually filmed a lot of that and I took it off this channel, but if you caught it, you caught it. Horse races, all that stuff. So the last day was game day. We just did a whole game day where we just gamed it out. Now it's like everything turned digital. You don't get tickets anymore. You pay, you load a card and then you put the card in the machines. It's so weird. It was like, this is already taking the fun out. Like I like to like wrap myself in tickets and like have a whole long thing and brag about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like they took the fun out of it, walking around with a digital card and like you're sliding it in to play a game. Like, I don't know, just the whole vibe of it just took it away. Everything's digitized. So he won me a unicorn. Yeah, pink unicorn. But it's one of the cat toys now. But that's the only stuffed animal that I have, to be honest with you. Funny that you asked that. Are you single? So, just so you guys are aware, it's a green check mark on this one. Meaning I did already answer this on my Instagram stories on one of my channels. So yes, I am single as a Pringle. Super single. Like I'm not even talking to anybody to where the conversation can get deep to where we're talking about possibly dating or having any type of anything. It's literally just like me. I do have lots of numbers. I do know a lot of people, but it's like more so like networking. I'm more in the network game as far as like business, but also, you know, networking with already people that have connected with me through my other spiritual business. And then, you know, how we meet people online like that. Even like coming back and living in this is not my hometown. My hometown is New York, but coming back to where everything kind of started in a sense for me, as far as like living life and growing up here, coming back here, you have like old school, high school buddies that are like, hey, you want to kick it? You want to hang out? And then 9 times out of 10 is, I want to fuck, or I really want to take you to dinner. I didn't care about your business. Like, fuck you. Like, at least give me the choice instead of like trying to finesse your way in, talking about you want to do business, and then, you know what, I really don't care about that. I really just wanted to talk to you and take you out. Like, motherfucking be honest from the gate. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm not, like, my heart is open. Like, I'm not sitting there saying like, hey, I'm not trying to date, or I'm not trying to find love or anything. I'm trying to, like, come on, let's reel in the counterpart, my forever partner, like my other half. Where you at? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, A, I'm not looking. B, I'm also not closed off. And C, my heart chakra is wide open. So that hence why I am talking to people and getting to know them first to even see if we have the same like mind and if we're interested in the same things and all that. You know, I'm not trying to U-haul it like I used to back in the day. So it's important for me to take it slow and getting to know anybody, no matter what kind of ship I'm trying to sail with them. You feel me? I'm just taking on these experiences. I do see some potentials. I ain't gonna cap to you. But everything's divine timing, right? If it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. But nothing's really like talked about like that in that sense over the phone or on FaceTime or whatever have you. So I'm like single for real, for real. What was your worst day ever? I'm gonna really think about this. I would say the worst day for me is when I almost died. I almost died a few times. Actually, several. I feel like I cheated death. But I don't know if I really cheated death. I might have really died and revived somehow. I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. But I remember I was playing, we're bowling. Like every Saturday, me and my parents and family and friends, it'd be like 20 of us, like a mob. We'd take up like 4 or 5 lanes. Probably even more than that. And would all just go to the bowling alley. That was like the thing to do. You know how they kind of took away like skating rinks and all that stuff? Well, we still had bowling. So my parents are actually on a team, like a professional team. And then on Saturday nights, they had like, you know, the hip hop R&B music, you know, disco lights. The bar was open, karaoke, whatever. So we would like, you know, everybody would meet there. So every Saturday, so we did bowling. We go after to a family friend's house. They have pool tables, kick it, lounge, whatever. So as I'm making the drinks, I had a sip of it. And immediately I go to the bathroom, probably like 10 minutes after. This is also when I used to smoke cigarettes. Like, so gross. You can see how many years ago this was. This is years ago. I'm talking like, damn, early 2000s or whatever. So anyways, so I'm outside, I smoke a cigarette, had a shot, started sipping my drink that I made. I made everybody like margaritas. And then I'm like, I go to the bathroom, I'm standing in the mirror and I'm like, what the hell? I actually have a video on this on YouTube about it, about the whole details of it all. But anyways, so the worst day was really, you want to go watch that video of how, I think it's titled How I Almost Died. I had a cyst in my ovaries and blood filled up in my body, and the doctor said if you would have waited, I think he said what, it was like 36 more minutes, you would have been dead, because your body was mostly blood when really our body's supposed to be mostly water. So it's like I seen a film strip of my life, and the pain was excruciating. Like, I don't wish that pain on nobody. Ended up having laparoscopic surgery. I have scars. Like, I have a scar, as you see right here. This is a keloid scar. And then I have 2 more like below my bikini line. And the more melanated you are, of course, they're going to show. Because I know a lot of people that had laparoscopic surgery, but they were not melanated. So their scars are gone, non-existent. You'll never know that they had surgery. So there's that. So I got a belly button, and I was like so insecure because it used to like pop out like an overgrown icky thing, but then it turned flat after so many years or months. So yeah, that was probably like the worst day of my life. And then it happened again 2 years later, and then it happened again, I want to say like another year later, and then I stopped getting them because I had to change my diet. I had to change so many different things. So that I wouldn't have cysts in my ovaries. And I checked, and I'm like, can I have kids? Like, so they said I'm fertile myrtle, so we're gonna go there. Dogs or cats? Cats. But I did grow up with dogs, and I do want a big Beethoven dog. I want a Rottweiler. I want a Japanese Akita. But this is when I have like land. I want to own land, enough land to where all the animals can have their own separate areas to play, not no like apartment deal. Even in the house that I'm in right now, there's still not enough room. I know there's 3 patios, but the patios are really small. They're like as small as a room. So it's like, like I want to have like a whole decked out like maze tunnel coming from a window to go outside for the cats, and have like a jungle kind of deal. And then like if I have dogs, of course I would want like a real grass and an area to where they're not, you know, like I have a separate greenhouse to where they're playing in there, they can mess up whatever, you know what I mean? Like I want to have everything kind of like, I feel like it's only fair, because for me animals are like family, because when one passes it hurts, you know, because they're always there for you. That's unconditional love. They know what you're feeling, what you need. I know this sounds crazy, but my cats actually, I feel, because cats are portals, a lot of the times if you really are tuned in, tapped and turned on with your pets, I feel like my cat specifically, like especially Jax, he's like, people think he's like human because he like opens doors, cabinets, like sometimes even when he stands up. It's so funny. Like he stands up like he's standing on his feet, and here his hands, like looking outside. Like what? I thought cats like laid down, you know what I mean? But you know, he stands up. So it's like he pulls things out that I need within these cabinets and things whenever I need them, right when I need it. It's the weirdest thing. And then Pepper kind of keeps me on track with time, or making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, making sure I'm in that area of that house. And if I'm doing the right task, then she'll shut up. If I'm not doing the right task, she'll pull me over to go somewhere else within the house, or I'm supposed to be doing something else. So it'll kind of remind me of what I need to be getting or doing or complete. It's weird. I know it's weird, but we're tuned in. We're tuned in. What's your favorite song? I don't really have a favorite song. At this day and age, I mean, the people that I can listen to all day, like I can listen to a whole Chris Brown's full album, Beyonce, but then I'm like, like where my energy's at right now, and what I know about the music and the industry, and like what they put in music, and it's like I go so deep with it to where I have to listen to like slaptual music, aka like positive music. Music's not the same anymore. You feel me? So for me, I'm more so listen to like what I'm listening to right now, chill pop, or lo-fi, or I love jazz. My cats love jazz. They love when I put on jazz, knocks them right out, and they just go zen and they meditate with me. And they're used to my frequencies that I'd be playing, all kinds of different solfeggio frequencies. I don't really listen to music like that, to be honest with you. I used to be like deep with like Janae Eakum, and like, it made me sad and angry and upset. Well, not angry, but more so like emotional, and just, it was like a low vibing energy, even though she has certain, I think she has certain frequencies or whatever in her music on purpose. Dana Lay, every album, every song. There's just, I mean, there's certain people that used to just really like, I'm a Pisces, so you gotta recognize like in an Aries moon. So I'll listen to my Aries moon playlists. Like I'll put that on, and whatever someone created as far as an Aries moon playlist, it really changes the whole perspective on like music or my mood that day. When I do listen to someone that I really like, I can indulge and listen to their album every day, all day, or the same song 50 times. It doesn't bother me. But if you're chilling with me in the car, you're like, dang, this song again, dang, this song again, dang, you playing this song out. That's just me. So if I do listen to music, I put on an Aries moon playlist, which is an eclectic list of music that resonates with my vibe and how I'm feeling. Why do you take so long to respond? Ew, rude. Okay, so I don't know if you're talking about social media. If you're talking about TikTok, oh my god, you're gonna be waiting for centuries. If you're talking about Snapchat, you're gonna be waiting forever, your whole life. If you're talking about Instagram, I'm pretty good about that, but there is like 3 or 4 different envelopes in there that I gotta check through. That gets flooded too. You guys gotta know, all my social medias, they get flooded. You know we have bots out here now, so it makes it even worse. You know how we have people taking over accounts and saying, you wanna trade Forex, or hey, I found out you could get money up doing, you know what I mean? Like Cash App schemes and all that stuff, like, you know, so that adds on to like pushing messages down that I should be seeing. So I have scheduled times when I do go through my DMs. Okay, and if I know you, or I frequently talk to you, or you frequently are a supporter, or you're always sharing my stuff, you're always commenting, you're always liking, or we do the same thing. So this is why support is important. It's fucking free, you guys. The more you support my shit, the more that I see you, and the more that you comment and you like something, or the more that you DM me, then you are going to be at the top of the list. Then I might even slap you in my personal list, or at least slap you in a list, a general list, or then I'll start to see your stuff on my timeline. That's how algorithms work. We have to be social. So if you're sitting there, like, if you have a dire need, go to my website, vixenafterdark.com. Go to my website, leave a message there. If you have my number, text me, voice clip me, call me, okay? Those are your best bets, because that's like immediate right then and there. I catch those all the time, period. Even text messages though, guys, you have to recognize I'm always on Zoom. I live on Zoom. My life is on Zoom, okay? I'm always doing events as well. Networking. I'm always filming. Okay, giving spiritual guidance on the phone sometimes. So, you know, if there's always good reasons of why it may take me a little bit, but you'll know, because when I do those activities, I'm mostly in do not disturb. My life literally is on do not disturb. So I don't get interrupted when I'm supposed to be focusing or paying attention. Your worst personality character. That doesn't even make sense. Your worst personality character. Oh, characteristic. Your worst personality characteristic. I'm very observant, and when I observe stuff, sometimes I don't say anything about it. Like if I peep if you're being conniving or a snake, or you're being rude, or it was distasteful, or I see through what you're trying to really do, I don't say shit. That's why I'm a whole mystery and you can't read me. Okay, so we have your favorite TV show. I don't watch TV. I like to watch things that are educational. I live on YouTube. If I do watch Netflix, it's only to like watch things that have came out just so I know to see how Walt Disney is rocking everybody to sleep. Like, I'm just so curious sometimes. I don't watch all of them, just some of them. Like Clone Tyrone, Barbie. Like, I just wanted to see it. You know, like, I am a person that watches maybe like Power, or, you know, like stuff like that. Like the Little John HGTV, where he like flips houses and whatever the hell, you know, makes it like a cool space. I love HGTV, by the way. Like, the Sunset Show. Excuse me. What's it called? I haven't watched it in a while because the season's over, apparently. Something Sunset, you know. Now that They have one in LA, and now they had one in Miami or Atlanta or something like that. I don't know. I think there's like 3 different areas. They're turning into like housewives, but I like watching it for the imagery and like knowing what's out now as far as properties and real estate, and that stuff interests me and intrigues me because I'm like, okay, I'm designing my next home. You know what I'm saying? And then also I like to watch it because I like to see the outfits and what they're wearing and the threads and what they got going on. But other than that, I don't really have time for TV. So I have to wait till, like, if there's a whole season of something, I gotta wait till it's all the way done, the last episode, and then one night maybe I'll stay up till like 4 in the morning and like binge on it. But other than that, I'm not into TV shows like that. So people ask me, oh, did you watch so-and-so? I'm like, nope, sorry. It's been like that for years. I had to program myself. I think I started doing that 2017. Where do you want to be in 5 years? I want to have my own land. I want to have a community of people that are into the same things that I am. I want to have traveled probably to 20 countries or more by then, to gain more experiences. Hopefully if I have found my counterpart or my other half, or had some kids already, experienced what pregnancy feels like, because I feel like it's still weird, like having a whole kid just all up in here, you know. So that would be really cool. You know, and just established and just happy, successful, not having to worry, no anxiety, no stress, no wondering what's in my bank account, not worrying about money, like having food and shelter and hot water and clothes, and my animals are fed, and I have a farm and a garden, and I can create, and that's all I gotta do is show up and create, you know, and teach and still be a student still, you know. I mean, that's really, and help a lot of families. Like, I really want to, like, I'm such a helper at heart, you guys. Like, hospitality is in my blood. So how many kids do you want to have? As many as I can afford. Who do you miss the most? Or are we talking about people that we gotta get specific here. So I'm not going to answer this question, because you could be talking about people that have transitioned, you could be talking about people that I've dated, you could be talking about old friends. We're ain't gonna answer that. Can we hang out soon? I don't know who you are. Have you ever given a hickey? Of course I have, years ago. But it's not like something on the to-do list to be like, ooh, let me suck you up and give you a hickey. Like, I feel like if both of you guys are passionate and you're having an intimate moment, whatever it is that you're doing, and it just so happens, it happens. But it's not like, it shouldn't be something planned, or you shouldn't be doing it to be conniving, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should be something that happens in the moment because of the passion and the drive and the adrenaline and the rush and the, you know. I hit on Twitter hella times, why you egging me? Oh yeah, let's bring that up. So I did post this one because this one is green. I tried to let you guys know I've been cut out Twitter. I don't have Twitter on my phone, or X, or Zitter, whatever the fuck it's called, because it really, it just wasn't a smart business move for me. I had a lot of bots that followed me from TikTok to Twitter, because I put my Twitter in my profile of TikTok, and then it's like, I feel like I had a lot of bots follow me, because I went from like 200 to like 1,600 within like 48 hours to 72 hours after I did a live video. I was on there for 4 hours. And I went twice that day, and I gained hella followers. As a business standpoint, it just didn't make sense for me. I didn't have enough for this whole follower, subscriber gig, and I felt like I wasn't finding a connection there with the avenue that I was paving for myself. So more so, I had Twitter just as like a modern day news app. Like, I would type in what's going on, or what's hashtagging right now, or viral right now. So I kind of use Twitter as like a news deal. But then I'm like, why do I need to be up on these dumbass headlines? And then like the energy harvesting, and sometimes like what you hear and see, it's kind of like the new age channel 5 or channel 2, right? So I'm like, we have to use our discernment here. Like, what's really playing out? It's kind of cool to listen to different perspectives, but you gotta think, Twitter's so quick at like, you can see probably almost 5 to 10 people in one page of scrolling. So that's a lot of energy that you're absorbing subconsciously. And then I'm like, the attention seeking was crazy. It was just drama that I didn't want to be a part of, and it wasn't smart on a business standpoint. So I said, just screw it. So what I'm going to do is, I still have the account because as part of the AdSense for YouTube, it wants you to share to certain social media apps. So I click the YouTube thing, and then YouTube. I click Twitter, or you can do Tumblr, or you can do whatever. Or Facebook. So I click the Twitter, and it just goes there, and that's it. And are you straight? Straight meaning it is how I'm feeling, or straight as a sexual preference? I love dick. Meaning of life. Life is all about memories and experiences. You create the life you want to live based off of your perception of how you're living it, how you're seeing everything, how you're soaking everything in. I feel like the meaning of life is just to be here to create and to love. And whatever experiences that weren't so loving, you be a teacher to help the next person get through it. Whatever detriment or challenge or obstacle that was. What's in your Spotify top songs? I'm not on Spotify anymore. I don't use that app. Barely ever. I used to listen to some podcasts all the time, but I kind of stopped. I stopped on Spotify. I even think they're making you pay on there, but nobody was really on there for me to stay on there. So now I'm on Patreon as far as like Spotify's esque, because it's podcasty on Patreon. For the people that I listen to, it's more of like a podcast feel. So now I'm on Patreon. So yeah, I'm a member on a couple of ships, and you have to pay for that. Some are free, but for the majority I am paying like, a little bit of a month just to hear the exclusive content on Patreon. So Spotify is like out the window. I haven't even opened that app in like weeks, probably like a month now. Probably. Don't leave me on open, please. Oh, this is so funny. It's not on purpose. Okay, so sometimes, guys, I'm like in the middle of doing something, and then I'll be doing the task, and I'll look at something, and then I'm like, oh, that may deserve a little bit more time. So I'm like, let me like write it down on a Post-it, and I'll be like, oh, I'll reply to that later, or I'll get back to that later, because you have to remember, I'm a person that likes to give my undivided attention. So if I don't answer your phone call, and I know it's going to be a long-winded call, or I know we can go deep, or I know, we may have a galactic conversation, or a conversation of substance, it's not going to be surface, I'll probably like wait. But if I know it's going to be like a cheeseball situation, and I know it's going to be something quick, like I already kind of mostly low-key predict that stuff and foresee it, then I'll like answer it in the moment of time. So don't beat me up. What is your shoe size? Oh, you finna buy me some new shoes? Hold on, I might walk out your life. So I range from 7.5 to 8.5. It just all depends on the shoemaker. I know it's weird as far as like stilettos and heels and sandals. Sneakers though, so if we're doing like men's size, it's usually like a 7 in men's, or sometimes 7.5. It just depends on the maker. And then women's is like 8.5. Sometimes it might be 9, sometimes it might be 8. So you gotta really like ask me personally. Spill some tea. Bruh. I have no tea. What kind of tea are you looking for? Just like be specific, because your tea might be a different kind of cup of tea. Your tea might be coffee to somebody else, and it might be watered down iced tea. Like I don't know what tea, like what's the tea, like why? I feel like if you want to say spill some tea, that's kind of like you're in a gossiping energy. If you're trying to gossip or talk down on somebody, you in the wrong space, the wrong person. You need to call somebody else for that. because that's one thing I don't do, and that's one thing that I know that I've always heard for years in my life. Every chick I've ever met was like, I like you because you don't be talking about other bitches. Like, you don't ever talk about anybody else. You don't ever talk down on nobody. Like, you just live life, do you, and like, you take accountability for your actions, and you may say how, oh, this is how so-and-so I resonate with them, this is how I roll with them, or whatever, I don't, and then that's it. Like, you don't talk shit, you don't shoot the spit, you don't start anything, like, you never gossip about no bitch. And so I take pride in that. I really do, because you'll meet a lot of girls out here, and I call them girls because only girls gossip about other people. If you're not trying to learn or dissect or reevaluate or readjust to come to some conclusion or solution to solve something, why are we talking about this person? You're talking about yourself. Everybody you meet that you don't like something about them, it's a reflection of you. So you must not like something about you. Guys, okay, let's get through this really quick. We should talk more. Okay, well, DM me. Are you looking to date someone? Of course. Personality or looks? Personality. Would you say yes if I asked you out? I don't know who you are. Are you looking to date someone that is older than you? Well, yeah, if you think about it, I'm 39, so if you're in your early 40s, late 40s, or even early 50s, depending on how you look and how you take care of yourself. Yeah, I don't discriminate. What's your favorite movie? My favorite movie is The Notebook. That's just one. And then it goes like Jason's Lyric, Set It Off, Menace to Society. You know, all the old school, like when movies were movies. You feel me? Brown Sugar, you know, Poetic Justice, like stuff like that. But I like rom-coms now. That I feel like that's the only thing that's good that comes out are rom-coms. Netflix recommendations? No, I really don't have any. What was the best day so far this year? The best day so far this year? Okay, hitting 1 year of no alcohol, 1 year of not having sex with any other energies, and just really cleansing my mind, body, and soul of everything. I did that on purpose so that I can do a huge reset. I just want to clear the junk out, and then I'm going to get started on what works best for me after that year. So that was probably like a good day. And it's been over a year now, so. But not saying that I'm like doing any of these things, but that was probably like, it was like, boom. You know, it's kind of like I'm like, whew, I feel so much better. I feel like me again. You know, I lost a lot of weight. Like, my health is on point. Doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, everything's synchronized and everything's happening. It's flowing. It's like I'm going with the currents. You know? I don't know, it just feels good. I feel like sometimes it's good to just kind of detox, right? From things that you could have been overindulging in, or, you know, just like detoxing's great from any aspect of life. Who was the last person you text? Patrick. What are you doing tomorrow? I have an event tomorrow. Your worst person that you've ever met. Worst person I've ever met. Oh, I don't look at people as like worst people I've ever met. That's like weird. I feel like everyone comes into your life so you can learn a lesson. You wanted to sign a contract to come here. I know it sounds crazy, but we had some jacked up, fucked up situations that happened to us. And trust me, I know. If I wrote a book about my life, you'd think I'm telling a movie script of all the experiences that I went through. You're like, that's fake. That really, like, I'm telling you, I went through a lot, like, yeah. So, I don't know, I never feel like anybody was, because you just meet all different kinds of characters. And it's just all about how you react and respond to that, how you handle it. So of course, yeah, I've had a lot of bad, negative people, if you want to say that. But I took it as a lesson. Now I know how to point that motherfucker out in a crowd. You feel me? Okay. Someone said I really like you. What'd you like about me though? Do you prefer to listen or speak? Listen. I always say paying attention is the cheapest thing that you can do. You have 2 ears for a reason and 1 mouth. Always listen. Literally. And that's it, y'all. I love all y'all. Now I gotta like edit this video and chop it and screw it up, slap it on YouTubers for you guys. Thank you for taking me out of my mind from all the heaviness that's been playing out. But the next video though, we'll probably go in on a topic or something like that. So I'm gonna keep these videos coming more frequently. Now, so make sure you smash the subscribe button, click the bell, and comment down below if any of these videos resonated, or if you are a lucky person where I actually answered your question, because I didn't answer all of them. Comment down below and say, oh, thanks for answering my question, or can you go into more detail, even though you did answer it? Whatever it is, let me know. I'll see you guys on the next one.